Reverb is used in mixing to fix a sound with the channel on the mix. The ambience a reverb creates helps sound captured by a mic feel more natural to the listener. It also helps blend the instruments together by creating the illusion that it sounds like they have a shared environment. There are also different types of reverbs, and I'll do my best to explain all of them. You have room, hall, chamber, ambient, plate, and spring. Room reverbs are copies of small and basic acoustic shapes characterized by two sets of parallel walls and reflective surfaces, such as your bedroom or kitchen. This gives the reverb familiarity, as if the vocalist or instrument is right in front of you. Some setbacks are obvious. It can create continuous echo. However, this reverb gives the sounds warmth and is excellent with vocals and types of instruments, and is one of the more popular varieties. Hall reverbs are slightly different to room reverbs, in that they copy concert halls instead. This enhances the reverb to make the space sound emptier, to allow the sounds to be reflected more elegantly. Hall reverbs have longer decay, which allows the reverb to be heard longer than room reverbs. Make sure you do not have too much hall reverb if you use it, because it can make your overall mix lose its definition. I would also recommend you try this reverb on pianos. Chamber reverbs were created using hall reverbs, but on a much more toned down scale, like a small hallway in your house or a stairwell. The result of this reverb is that it gives the channel thickness whilst preserving the clarity of the original sound. This reverb gives channels more presence, and really does add to the overall mix of a live performance. Again, they work well with all instruments. Ambient reverbs are known for having short delays, roughly half a second, which is not as much echo as the other reverbs. This reverb usually used on multiple instruments, or even the entire mix, to give a sense of similarity through all the instruments. Because of its short delay, the original sound of channels is very clear, and does give instruments and vocalists that small echo. This is by far my most favourite reverb. Plate reverbs are different to all other reverbs so far in that they use artificial reverb instead of trying to copy an acoustic space. Plate reverbs function by using a magnetic driver to vibrate a large sheet of metal, and these vibrations are picked up by a mic. This reverb only works best with drums, more specifically the snare. Spring reverbs are another artificial reverb that notices the reflections of vibrating springs. This reverb can be found in guitar amplifiers. The sound generated by these reflections has a metallic quality that adds both resonance and vintage feel.